Today we're going to be making our honey oatmeal bread. So the first thing that you're going to do, we have here our water, flour, oats, honey, yeast, and salt. So first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your bag, you're going to open it up. You're going to add the water. This is 16 ounces of water. Your salt, 1.5 teaspoons. Your 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. And your tablespoon of honey. Now you all have a packet of honey that's about a tablespoon. I have to eyeball it. That's probably good. Then you're gonna seal up your bag. Okay, and you're gonna kind of shake it up. Make sure everything gets combined. All right, now everything's combined. I'm gonna open up your bag again. You're gonna add your 3.5 cups of bread flour. Carefully so it doesn't spill everywhere. And your 1 cup of oats. Now you're gonna seal it, not all the way, just about halfway, and squeeze out as much air as you can. Seal it up a little bit more, squeeze it out, and then seal it all the way. Okay? Now you're gonna squish it up. So it starts to turn into dough. You'll be able to feel that it feels less watery, less liquidy, and harder. You can see how it's turning into a dough in there. Okay, squish it up. And be sticky. All right. Now, pretty well mixed, I would say. You're gonna take a bowl and you're gonna scrape your dough in to the bowl. So I would dump as much of it as you can. Okay, and then there's still some left in there. Oh, it's really sticky. Scrape it out with my hand. It's okay if you don't get every little last bit, just the big chunks. Ooh, it's sticky. That's okay, it's supposed to be sticky. All right, a little bit more, kind of put it all together in there. Get what you can off your fingers. I'm gonna need to wash my hands after this. Then you're going to cover the bowl with some plastic wrap or a towel if you don't have any plastic wrap. I have plastic wrap, but it's not ripping very well. All right. Covered with the plastic wrap. And you're going to set this aside and leave it to rise for 8 to 12 hours. Overnight is probably best. And then we'll be back and we'll do the rest. All right, we're back for the next part of our honey oatmeal bread. So once your dough is done rising and has kind of doubled in size, you're gonna uncover it. See how it's got all those good air bubbles in it? Then you're gonna take a wooden spoon using the handle or something similar, and you're just gonna kind of swirl it around to get all those air bubbles out. There we go. It's still pretty sticky. Okay, now you're gonna take your leftover 1/4 cup of rolled oats and you're going to sprinkle them in there and then just kind of roll the dough so that the oats get covered or cover the dough. They don't have to be mixed in, they can just be on the outside, okay? Then you're gonna take some of your leftover flour and you're gonna sprinkle that, maybe get some on the sides of the bowl, like that. And then again, you're just gonna kind of roll the dough around in there so that it coats it. It doesn't, again, have to be all mixed in. Just coat the outside so that it's not sticky anymore. See, it's not sticky now. All right, now you're going to cover it again with your plastic wrap, and you're gonna let it rise for 30 to 60 minutes. You're just gonna set it aside for 30 to 60 minutes. And while you're waiting for this, you can go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And we'll be back. We are back to our last step in our honey oatmeal bread. So we have just set it aside to rise a second time for 30 to 60 minutes. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's gotten quite a bit bigger. It's risen quite a bit since we set that aside. So we're gonna uncover it, and then hopefully you've preheated your oven to 400 degrees. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take your loaf pan and you're gonna grease it either with cooking spray like I'm using, or oil or butter. Get it nice and greased so it doesn't stick. Okay, then you're going to take your dough and carefully transfer it to your loaf pan. I'm just gonna kind of smooth it out here a little bit. Okay, now it's ready to go in the oven. So you're gonna put it in the oven. I would have a grown-up help you with this, and you're gonna bake it for 30 minutes until the top is golden brown. Then you're gonna let it cool for a few minutes and your honey oatmeal bread will be ready to go. Thanks for baking with me today.